Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Ronke and I love to create content on travel, career, and positive living. If that sounds like your sort of thing, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. So over the course of last year being 2022, I had the opportunity of working with a couple of financial advisors through ACO. So ACO, I believe, is offered through Goldman Sachs, but it is a partnership that my company has with them. So through this partnership, I was actually able to get some one-on-one sessions with financial advisors. From my experience, I did work with 3 different financial advisors. I think the general experience is usually to maybe pair you up with one person, but the first person I was paired with left the firm, and then I met with the second one, and I think I met with the second person twice. But then the third time we were to meet, I had to reschedule. And then because I rescheduled, for some reason, it rescheduled me to someone else instead of that person. Nonetheless, I still did enjoy the experience. And while each of them had their own individual perspectives or kind of their thought processes on how things should go, I will say overall, you could tell that they all followed the same general guidelines. Personally, for me, I really did enjoy the experience, like I mentioned, and I think there are several reasons why. Number one, for me, it really helped to put a strong financial lens on my spending, my savings, really just my entire financial profile. I do have a budget. I'm mindful of my finances, don't get me wrong, but working with someone really forces you to focus on what you're working on them with. It's not something that you can do passively. You have to really be actively involved in managing it. And so I think that was one of the reasons why I enjoyed working with them. Another reason why I enjoyed working with them is because they are professionals. Don't get me wrong, they're human, so they can make mistakes. They might have their own biases, but nonetheless, they are professionals. They have an understanding of certain resources. They have an understanding of how certain financial levers work. And so being able to work with an expert was beneficial because I'm not as well versed in a lot of those areas as they are. So they were able to tell me, hey, look into this about stocks, look into this about your 401k, look into this about this, prioritize this over this. It was very good, sound advice that I felt comfortable taking. I didn't always agree with it, or I didn't always necessarily run with it the way that maybe they wanted me to, but nonetheless, it was important for me to make sure that I was getting sound professional judgment. While working with them, I was able to get access to a lot of vetted resources that I felt really broke things down in the way that I needed it to be broken down. For me, this was important because with all of the possible information out there, sometimes you really just want to know what is the best information you need, or what is the most vetted information, or what is the most up-to-date. There's absolutely no reason for you to be budgeting or making financial decisions off of information that's 10 years old. And so working with them helped me make sure that I was on the up and up as far as information was going, and that I knew the right things to be looking at. Finally, for me, I really enjoyed working with financial advisors because I felt like it gave me an extra added layer of accountability. I have joint finances with my husband, but I also have my own personal finances on the side, which I still kind of relatively treat like joint finances because what's mine is his, what's his is mine. Like it's all together. But for me, I really found that it was beneficial to have this financial advisor because it wasn't just about accountability from the perspective of did I spend $5 at Chick-fil-A, but it became more so these decisions that you're making in general on how you're spending, or how you're prioritizing even your savings. How are you coming along on that? That was helpful for me because it made sure that I had someone who was a professional who understood the rationale behind some of these decisions, and that could hold me accountable to explain that, hey, because you did X, Y, and Z, this is now going to happen. Or because you didn't do X, Y, and Z, this is now going to happen. And so for me, that was really important as well. As an individual, of course, I have my own personal financial goals that I wanted to meet last year. And I will say I actually met those financial goals last year. I actually exceeded it, in fact. And while I won't say that it was only due to the fact that I was working with financial advisors, I definitely think working with the financial advisors was a great help. It helped me to reinforce that my goals were realistic and that they were actually the right goals to have. I think at times we have these financial goals in mind, or we have goals in general in mind that are not realistic or maybe aren't the right goals for us. But working with the advisor helps me to confirm that, like I said, that it was the right goal and that it was realistic. Now, as I said, I'm getting this service through work, and I'm fortunate enough that it is still a service that my workplace provides. So I will continue to take advantage of these financial services. I will continue to revise my goals as I go along and just make sure that I'm making decisions in the best way possible. If you're someone that's looking to make some big financial moves this year, or you just want to fine tune what you already have in place, this may be the year for you to look into getting a financial advisor. As always, please make sure to like this video, share with others, and subscribe to my channel for more travel, career, and positive living content. See you in the next video.